Hello everyone, good morning, welcome back. Good morning or whatever time you're joining me. This is our political reading for, well, I'll do political first and then the collective after. But this first portion is to check in and see what's going on politically Thursday, January 2nd. Of course, Congress is, they're not back until the 3rd, but let's see what's coming down, or what's probably it's more like what are we leading up to? Oh goodness, right there. Okay, Four of Swords reversed indicates restlessness, burnout. I think they're feeling like their vacation wasn't long enough, or they were totally stressed out over the vacation. With the Ace of Swords coming through reversed as the challenge to the Four of Swords, whoo, this would indicate chaos. At the least, some lack of clarity. And on the worst levels, it's that, that false need to just be right and win. So, wow. Okay. Where they've been sitting in nightmares. They've been going, oh no, what? I feel like this is even a lot of the GOP going, do we want, because they've been going through having time, well, they always have time to look on social media, but especially when they're more on vacation or having a little more time without the tight schedules, they are able to see what's been going on, and it's been Laura Loomer and the muskrat fighting, and Vivek Ramaswamy involved, and all these other, and it's like, 4 years of this, they're thinking, wow, we have the death card reversed again for the past. But anyway, they've been sitting in a nightmare. Let me finish this up, sorry. They've been going through some intense anxiety. And they have every right to be feeling that way, both the Dems and the GOP. Maybe this is more the GOP worried about what the Dems are going to do, and it's kept them up at night. So, okay, in the past, the stagnancy, just totally stagnant. That's the best way I can read that. What's hanging over? Let's see. What is this going to be? I think this is a GOP. Worried about being rejected, worried about betrayal, stabs in the heart by somebody that they thought was on their side. That's got to be Trump. They're all worried about Trump. Near future, should we make a new choice? And, who's going to move around all those different cups to see what's underneath? Wow. Internally, this is fighting that doesn't end. When we get the Five of, well, you know what? It could be, we could read this a couple different ways. One way would be to name it as focusing in even more firmly into their goals. I think that's probably the best way, because the other way to read it is being, we could read it as being overwhelmed, but another way to read it would be to give just them giving up. But I don't think that anybody's going to be giving up. That doesn't make sense to me. So we have to say that they're focusing in on their goals. But some of them, no, I can't think that they're even going to try to avoid it. They're focusing in on the fight is what it is. Woo! Externally, we have the world reversed. So, we're talking there. We're talking things that will not come to completion. This does not bode well for January 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Their hopes and fears have to do with honoring all that is sacred on one level, Another way to read this would be to, there's emotional insecurity here, there's codependency, there's moodiness and passiveness when she's reversed. But I'm taking it as they're afraid that nobody cares about them. And this would be the GOP. We've had it with them. Everyone has had it with them. We've had it with the drama. We've had it with the reign of being under a drama king, and we don't want to do that we don't want to do that again like we had from 2016 to 2020. So I think they're afraid of, I really think that they're afraid of some of them being passive and giving it up to the Dems. Okay. Oh, and then the outcome with the Three of Pentacles, we have no teamwork. They're gearing up for the fight of their lives on both sides. And they're not having it anymore. With the Dems, they're just not having any more of this emotional manipulation. And they don't want to be involved with Russia manipulating our democracy. And to have no teamwork. When we get the Three of Pentacles reversed, man, this is just holding on for dear life and just a disregard for what other people are doing within the party because they're not going to work together. Holy moly. Okay. All right. So now we proceed to the portion for us. Okay. And I have these already ready to, they're already, I allowed for reversals to save some time earlier, so I just have to tune in to us. What do we need to know for Thursday, January 2nd? Let's bring that lens down. That should do it. Or maybe that's a little too far. All right. What is it that we need to know? Here, let me bring the camera back a little. Oop. I'm not going to take that. That was me catching my cards got caught on my zipper thing here. Right there. Okay. So, Page of Pentacles reversed. Don't feel like doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing this morning. No, don't make me. Or this is one of your kids. No, I'm not taking out the trash. You do it. You know how many steps it is out there to the bin? Oh my goodness. Well, okay, so it might be not wanting to actually do anything. Maybe don't even want to listen to any news. Especially the younger kids that are home, because they probably don't go back to school until maybe the 4th or 5th or something like that, or after, the next week. And then with the Hermit reversed, that puts us in that realm of really wanted to kind of isolate and withdraw, just withdraw. 5 of Cups reversed is no regrets. This is so weird to have so many reversals. I swear I allowed for, I really did. They're coming through this way for a reason is all I'm going to say. Okay. 5 of Cups reversed, no regrets. Moving on, acceptance, or just nothing like that going on for today. With the 5 of Wands reversed, well, Yeah, we had that in the political reading, didn't we? With you guys, though, I feel it's about avoiding a fight, avoiding any fights, and maybe just kind of isolating and sticking to your own, your own space, sticking to your own guns kind of thing. And then we have the Three of Swords, because when we have that, there's a fear of rejection, and especially getting into an argument that won't be easy to you don't want to get into something that you're going to regret later, is the deal. Okay, now, whenever I get the Three of Swords, I think to myself, okay, have I betrayed myself in a relationship? Or am I colluding with background thoughts from the past that don't have anything to do with me now? And are those, because swords are always about thoughts and words and communications, the way the brain works. A lot of times the brain will bring up, and sometimes that happens in dream time too, bring up things to clear, such as a false belief, a false way of thinking that actually betrays the best in yourself. And maybe it had to do with when you were in school trying to learn something really hard. And maybe this is speaking to the compassion that we could hold for our younger kids going back to school after, quite a Christmas vacation, a holiday vacation, and maybe they're feeling, it's not a whole new year where they're starting school in a new place or with new classmates, but it's after a vacation, and they have to get back into the groove, and I don't know if they're going to really want to, because there's a whole lot of isolating energy here, and don't want to avoid a fight. So I think this has to do, honestly, is holding some heart space so that our little ones don't feel rejected. And especially when it comes to, if you have anyone in your family who's dyslexic or has any type of a learning difficulty, they're going to be gifted in some other areas, that's for darn sure. It's not a sign of any lack of intelligence to have dyslexia or any other, kids that have learning difficulties always have gifts in other areas. And they usually grow out of the learning difficulties. It just depends. It depends. Everything's on an individual basis. But traditionally, when we have the Page of Pentacles coming through in the reverse position, there's some lack of progress. That's what I was saying, wanting to sleep in. Maybe you guys haven't been sleeping good and you're needing to stay in bed later. There's nothing wrong with that. This could also be just a lack of planning when we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Sometimes we're feeling, like I was saying before, some insecurity, especially when it comes to money, insecurity when it comes to learning, insecurity when it comes to studying. There's more of a short-term focus when we have the Page of Pentacles reversed rather than long-term. Usually when it's upright, it is about studying. So that's why I'm really feeling this is like kids that don't want to go back to school. And everybody's withdrawing, like I said. We don't need to have any regrets. And we don't need to fight. Maybe this is we don't even want to play any games. And somebody feels rejected, though. The Three of Swords, somebody feels rejected. So hold the heart space for anyone in your family like that. Or maybe this is all bringing up, maybe everything I've said has brought up what it was like in your family where people weren't present, they were withdrawing, they wouldn't even play games with you, you couldn't have any fun, and you took it to heart. Well, if that happened to you, that wasn't your fault. That's on them. But it is, it is something that we have to process through if we've gone through that in a childhood experience. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. Not being encouraged, not being seen and heard and understood. Where's the warmth? Where's the love? Maybe somebody was even, grieving, because that's the thing with over the holidays, it does bring up grief from people who didn't move forward with us. A lot of people have lost loved ones over the holidays. So whatever it is, love yourself through it now. That's all I can ever say. Okay, take good care. Bye.